Let's talk about some surprise makes on this damn Viking roster. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, and Lupagus did some surprise cuts. And damn it, it's time to do some surprise makes. Who are going to make this team? They're going to be like, what the hell is he doing on this squad?
Damn right, we are flipping the coin, looking at the other side of that bitch, figuring out some guys who shockingly could make the final 53. Before we do that, be sure to know this video is sponsored by Liftbridge Brewing Company. Hit them up at the beautiful facility in Stillwater, or find their beer in your local liquor store across Minnesota, Wisconsin, the Dakotas, maybe into Iowa. Who knows? Maybe they're into Canada too. I don't know.
Hey, wherever you crack that Liftbridge beer, one thing is true: it will be delicious.
I know one place they are, and that is at the State Fair. Check them out down there, Liftbridge. Hot and heavy. I think they got the mini donut beer going on down there, served with a donut in it, I believe.
Wow. All right. Be sure to subscribe to the channel too. Let's get to 8,000 subs. But let's talk about some surprise makes. And let's start off with one that I guess like maybe 2 weeks ago would have been like really surprising. It's becoming less surprising, but we're going to talk about him anyways. And that is brand new center, Austin freaking Schlottman.
You talk about a guy making the most out of an opportunity that's presented to him, Austin Schlottman. The Vikings wanted to make Chris Reed the backup center, giving him reps early in camp. He goes down. Schlottman just kind of quietly gets all the second-team reps. And what does he do when he plays against the Niners? He grades out at like a 92, a 90 freaking 2. The guy was a beast, just blocking everything that came his way. Yes, it was second string, but he's going to be the backup center. Austin Schlottman, a guy who suddenly just skyrocketed out of nowhere, and to the point where you're right. I mean, when we signed him, no one thought this guy was making the team. He had a PFF career grade that made Garrett Bradbury look like he was a damn Pro Bowler. And now I would almost be surprised if he doesn't make the team.
Yeah, and he did have a good training camp and off season. I mean, it's just like nobody really cared. But then he did it in a game, and he looked really, really good. So Austin Schlottman, hats off to this man. This just proves that any signing, I mean, it hasn't made the team yet, but any signing in the offseason, a little nugget out there, just a nice little diamond in the rough.
You just never know. And those ones you think are good may turn out to be turds as well. Let's stay on the interior offensive line. And a guy who I think stock is sneakily going up, especially with the old crusty veterans ahead of him, looking injured and frail, is Kyle Hinton.
Oh, yeah, and I think Kyle Hinton, I think part of this that is helping him is the fact that Austin Schlottman might make the team. I mean, Schlottman was listed as the backup left guard, and now he's going to probably be the backup center. So when you look at backups as far as the guard position, Kyle Hinton doesn't have a ton of competition, especially with Chris Reed still kind of being on the shelf. So Kyle Hinton should be very happy right now.
Absolutely, and he's actually played well. You've heard some reports about him making some nice blocks down the field, holding his own in pass pro. So Kyle Hinton, not only is he kind of getting in there because of what's going on ahead of him in depth chart, but he's playing well too.
And if you've listened to this show the last 2 years, you know how much we love Kyle Hinton. You know how much we wanted to see Kyle Hinton, and it just turns out we might get our chance still. Still a chance.
We might. Let's go with another one. I think both of us would like this if this guy snuck on the roster somehow. The reason it would be a surprise is because he's just so buried in such a talented position in the Vikings. This wide receiver, Myron Mitchell, a guy who I think he's had a very, very solid camp. Hasn't really showed in the preseason games yet, but a guy who I think has impressed the coaching staff.
Yeah, he in practice, his name was floated out there quite a bit as being a guy that was showing up. I mean, he went to UAB. He was kind of like this raw guy, athletic, good ball skills. So like a guy like him, Tristan Jackson, I want one of these younger dudes to sneak at the end of the roster along with Jalen Naylor and Myron Mitchell. Yeah, I would love everything about him making this team.
Yeah, it could really come down to a numbers game for Myron Mitchell and his chance of making this team, but I think he's done everything he can do to put himself in position to be kept, but we'll see what happens. Worst case, I do think he is on the practice squad.
It all comes down about BC. Are they keeping BC or not? If BC's on the team, Myron Mitchell ain't making it, Tristan Jackson ain't making it. We'll see.
We'll see. Who do you got for the last one? I think this will make a lot of people sick.
I mean, you just got to say it. It's Sean Mannion. I mean, it would be a surprise if he makes it. Do we want him to make it? Absolutely not. But this guy is like a boil on Lupagus's ass. He just is always there. It never
he has lots of friends
away. He just wants it to be there. He wakes up every morning. There it is. And that's Sean Mannion. I mean, something about him being a Viking. Even the previous regime, we figured it was just done. We re-sign him. We bring in Mullins. He's still here. They still haven't cut him. So it wouldn't be. I think there's a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance, and the chance, I think the biggest reason is because of Kirk Cousins might want him here, and Kirk Cousins, your multi gazillion millionaire quarterback wants to throw his big ass around and have some say. He may want to keep his boy Sean Mannion around, his drinking buddy, his swearing buddy. They go out and they cuss at random people at bars.
Yes, they do. I've seen it.
So Kirk Cousins could be like, hey, I really want Sean Mannion on this team, and maybe if they keep 3 quarterbacks and Sean Mannion's the third. It would be shocking. It would be absolutely shocking.
Can they just
irate?
Can they just cut him and bring him back as the assistant to the backup quarterback coach? Whatever. I mean, just let him hold a clipboard if they got a love fest that much. If Kirk Cousins needs him that much, give him a clipboard and make up a title.
Yeah, he could be. What was it? What guy called Plop? He could be Plop from The Office. Be an intern. He should be an intern coach.
I love it. Those are our 4. Let us know a surprise make that you might have. We didn't mention anybody on defense because that's just a mystery. Building
this mystery. And this maybe used to be a mystery, but it's not anymore. The horse head used in the movie Godfather was 100% real.